clinch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Come on, fellas.
Ready? 10-2 start. Hey, foxtrot. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Jefferson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. "12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Pick it up.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Gun.
From the 50, Newton. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Mike 54.
Gun.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Delta. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54.
Newton to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's got this down to the 35. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
You know, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
On first down, it's Newton. And Thomas has it. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good-headed scheme going.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And that will be incomplete. So on fourth down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Rock it.
On first down, Jefferson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. On first down, this is McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. Now a give right side. Jefferson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down now, Jefferson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
We go. 15, run. 51. Hey, Delta. Go.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his, and a loose football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. 25 yards that time. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And an alley to run. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. This is McCaffrey. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Newton. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
50,
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Nice 7.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The former LSU Tiger, Dante Jackson, on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Past the 20. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Newton on 1st down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it. went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This will be taken about the 12. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Great. Gun. I got it. Shit.
Now on 2nd and 13, Newton. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Extra set. 180.
Let's go. 58, boy, 58.
And now he'll tuck it and run. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Gun.
58, right over there, right? 58, right there.
Out of the gun, Newton. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Good track.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
54. Come on.
Gun, gun.
54.
Great.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Ready.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Again, they run again. It's McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
It's fourth down.
Here's the Panthers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Move. We got 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Charlie.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Kill. Check 26. Kill. Turn up.
They'll run on first down. Jefferson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
You ain't doing nothing today. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Check 15, check 15. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Big dad, big dad.
Hey, Sam off.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Yo, 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 go, go.
Back up, back up.
Let's go.
On second down, it's Stump. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
Go. Head over. You draw Porter. Hey, shoot. Be grip, be grip.
They'll set up a throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Got it.
On first down, Jefferson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for second down.
Ready, ready. 8 read.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Ready, ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 2 disastrous running plays, and now they face a third and very long.
Hey, echo. Get it.
Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick-6s from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick-6s in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Gun. What do you...
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Newton gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. They'll run on first down. Jefferson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. They'll try and run it.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
He had no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
17 yards. And the Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a first and 10 at the 18.
Gun.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Yeah, so hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Slam. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Right there. 54. 54 Mike. All day. Mike's 54.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Cheetah.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Ready? 60 outlaw. 6-6. Bullet pass.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson evades him at the 20 and inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Let's go.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Eagles.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left